Hi everyone, I'm here today with a book review for you, and this is a review of Skin Deep by Liz Nugent, which is an adult psychological thriller. And yeah, cheers dog. And I received this book from the publishers and I gave it 5 stars. And I've got to say that it is honestly the most gripping and different thriller I have probably ever picked up. So let's get back to basics first. This follows a character named Delia, or Cordelia, and we go from, well, first of all, we get a scene that's towards the end of the book that makes no sense at all, because you basically find out there is a dead body in her flat and that she has no idea why it's there, and she's off out to kind of get drunk and forget about it. And then we cut to her childhood. And so you follow Delia's childhood in Ireland, where she grows up and she goes through different things in her life and she travels around and different things happen, and you get really engrossed in her life and you forget thinking about the very beginning anyway, because to begin with you keep thinking, well, how's this all going to link in? How's this all going to link in? And it doesn't link in till towards the end. And I've got to say, it didn't take me long to stop kind of worrying about how it would link in. And from then on I was just like, okay, I'm here for the ride. I want to know exactly everything that has happened in Delia's life, because her life is interesting and it makes you question everything that she does, because you start thinking, is she like this because of her life and experiences? Or is she like this because it's just like in her genes almost, and so much devastation surrounds her? And it really makes you kind of just think. So this is the first book I've ever read by Liz Nugent, and I've got to tell you right now, it definitely will not be the last. I'm going to be hunting down anything that she writes, anything that she's already done, and I'm going to be reading it all, because I thought this was just absolutely fabulous. And it's one of those that you really struggle to try to put down. And I would say that this isn't a psychological thriller that sort of fills you with terror. You're not constantly on the edge of your seat like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? In terms of like scary things, you're just like, oh my god, what's going to happen next in her life? Because it's just that out there in a believable way though. Like, you just keep thinking, well, what's going to happen from here? And you really kind of get engrossed in following her life. And I think that the main take from this book is that you're meant to decide whether Delia is just an awful human being, or whether she is awful due to circumstance. Whether she's maybe even a victim because of everything that's happened to her. I've got to say, I kind of fall a little bit into both categories, because I do feel like it's a combination of both. Sometimes she made decisions and I was like, why are you doing that, you stupid idiot? That I would not do that. That is going to make things worse. But then other times I was like, yeah, I totally get why you've done that. I actually feel, like, really feel for you. This is just so different, as I keep saying, to anything I've ever read before. And most interestingly of all, for a psychological thriller, this really made me think about my own life. It got me reflecting upon what I've done so far in my life, what I want from life, what I've maybe done that was stupid, how I can kind of rectify that in my future. And it was just a really bizarre experience for me, which all inevitably helped me really identify with Delia and really kind of connect with her on a really deep level, even though I didn't like her all that much and disagreed with many of her choices. At the end of the day, we still had that connection of, okay, this has happened and I can do this, or we can go down Delia's route. I did keep continually rooting for her all the same though. I really wanted things to get better for her. I really wanted the best for her. But it's almost like she innately didn't want to give herself the best. She was always trying to just make her life as difficult as possible. Even when things could be easily fixed with the slightest of things, it was, no, it's like almost like a horror film. So there's the easy safe route. There's the you are going to die route. And she just always takes the really terrible route. It's just like, do yourself a favour, Delia. And you just know that whenever she came into contact with anyone in her life, that they would just, it was never going to end well for them. Things only ever ended well for Delia. Well, probably not actually. Her life was just one big train wreck. And so if you got caught up in it, you were going to just wish you hadn't. So this book has really left me feeling hungry for more, and I will say as well that, I mean, it's not the most graphic of thrillers I've ever read, but all the same, I would exercise caution if you are on the squeamish side, because like I said, there is the dead body. There is some scenes referring to fires that have kind of disfigured people. There's also abortion covered in this, so if those are things that trigger you, you may want to exercise caution picking this book up. But I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm so hungry for more by this author, and I can't wait to check out more of her work, because this was just an absolute 5-star read for me. So that is all I really have to say on this one, because I can't say an awful lot more because it'd just be spoilery. So I'm going to leave it there, I think. If you've read this book and you want to chat with me in the comments down below, I would love to know what you thought of it. If you're thinking about picking this up, again, let me know in the comments down below. If you've read any other Liz Nugent books and you want to recommend any specifically, drop me a comment for that as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!